Hey guys, it's Austin with Austin's Car Scene, and today I have a Ford Bronco Raptor, one of the most exciting vehicles on the market today, and we actually have this one on consignment. Huge thanks to our family and friends over at Terrebonne Ford for giving us this vehicle to be able to walk around and show you everything about it. With that being said, come on in, let me show you the front end styling. We've got a blacked out grille. It does, of course, say Ford like the full-size Bronco does, and then it also has 3 LED indicators right in the middle here, because this is a widened stance vehicle, so because of that, it's got to have those markers. We also got a 360 cam buried right in the middle. We do have a factory steel bumper with recovery hooks, and it's even got your ultrasonic sensors and some rigid LED lights in there from the factory. Those are not aftermarket. You get those completely, I don't want to say free, but included in the package, of course. Underneath, you've got a really heavy-duty aluminum bash plate, along with a really great approach angle. You can see right up these KO2s, tons of ability to approach. And then you'll notice, if you're a Jeep fan, that this has an independent front suspension. If you're not already familiar with the Bronco, I've got some other videos on my channel talking about the benefits of this over a Wrangler, but I just want you guys to know this is a much superior vehicle. It rides better, it goes off-road better, especially in this Raptor variant. It does everything better than the Jeep does. Coming around the side, guys, I already mentioned that we've got KO2s, one of my favorite off-road tires. I had them on my Jeep. They ride great on the highway, they do an amazing job off-road, and they look amazing. Of course, BF good riches. These ones are, as far as size goes, should be 315s. Well, these ones are actually 37 by 12 and a half, so these are imperial measurements. You've got some rock sliders with the additional, and if you notice, they bolt right on the whole step. It's got a Raptor specific step to it. You'll also notice these extra large fender flares on both the front and the rear, so they come out about 6 inches from the body, and then they've got some scuff protectors on this rear one as well. Being that this is a Ford, you do have passive entry along with your keypad on here. And then if you notice, the mirrors are separated from the door. They're actually on the A-pillar, so when you remove the door, you still have your mirrors, so you don't need to worry about a doors off kit with this Raptor. Coming around the back, once again, more fender flares. These are probably the most ridiculous and awesome at the same time fender flares of any vehicle I've seen, just because they look like they're tacked on, but they're tacked on because they have to be, which is, you know, really cool and badass in and of itself. You've got LED taillights with your blind spot monitor sensor right there connected to the taillight. So if you do aftermarket taillights of any kind, keep that in mind. You got to worry about that. You have a recovery hook back here. This one actually is equipped with a tow package, so you've got your 7 and 4 pin connectors. Of course, a matching 37-inch back here. And then you'll notice the Ford Performance reinforcement plate on this back door, just so that way if you do want to go even bigger, it's already capable for it. And then more ultrasonic sensors along the bottom. This rear bumper is plastic, but it does have metal reinforcement behind it. And then you'll notice, if you want to come on in here, you can see the Ford Raptor specific suspension that's in there with the bypass and reservoir right there next to it. So next we're going to go ahead under the hood and talk about the powertrain in this vehicle. So guys, here we are underneath the hood of the Bronco Raptor, and this is the 3-liter twin-turbo V6 that's specific to this model only. You can't get this motor in anything else as far as the Bronco lineup. However, you can get it in an Explorer ST. You can also get it in the soon-to-be Ranger Raptor. So a really neat motor, makes a lot of power. It's really, really torquey, and it has a good top end to it. You can even see the Garrett turbocharger right there. Your air intake box. As far as maintenance goes in here, it's pretty well spaced out, not too packed in here like you see a lot of the Power Stroke diesels. We got our battery right here, our fuses, our brakes, and then of course we've got our windshield washer reservoir, as well as our coolant reservoir back there. And as far as engine oil goes, little fill cap right here, and then your dipstick right over there. So as far as maintenance is concerned, it's a fairly easy to operate engine bay. And real quick before we keep going, I want to get over the window sticker so you can see that this is a 2022 4-door Ford Bronco Raptor. You can see all of our standard equipment there, and then of course our optional equipment. This does have the 374A package, which is the luxury package, and it had a grand total MSRP of $80,095. Now these vehicles are extraordinarily sought after, so this vehicle here is actually going to be selling for closer in the 90 range. Once again, a reminder, we do have it on consignment. You're rated at 16 miles per gallon highway, and then of course some safety ratings there in the corner. My apologies, guys. My mic died on me. However, opening up the rear gate, you can see we've got the accessory rail on here where you can mount tables, whatever you may need. cooktops, whatever. There's a lot of cool accessories that go on there. Lots of space back here. We've even got some cool Bronco stuff. For example, the backpack, the roof bag, another little tote bag. There's even a chair back here. However, I don't think the chair is included. Definitely be something we'd have to bring up during the sale of the vehicle. But there is a really cool bar up here at the top that stiffens the entire chassis. It's from Ford Performance, as you can see right there. But it stiffens up the whole chassis as you ride over bumps and jumps and whoops and everything, just to make sure the vehicle's nice and stiff. Looking at the back, we do have a 12 volt as well as a light and a subwoofer underneath, which is really helpful. Makes the sound system sound amazing. But yeah, tons of room for lifestyle stuff going on back here. Even a Bronco mat. Closing up that door, you can see our Raptor logo. We are going to head into the back seats now. Opening up the back seats, you can see a huge, large transom as you come in, basically 10 inches of stuff before you get inside. This being the luxury package, it does have a blue and red leather / suede interior, and you notice reddish orange accents all over the interior, even some cool Bronco floor mats. But like I said, orange accents. There's even a MOLLE panel on the back of the seat for you to mount accessories with. And then there is a USB-A and a USB-C on the left, as well as a 400-watt house outlet on the right. And we can fold down the center armrest to reveal 2 cup holders. It is a small armrest, but it at least does the job when you're off-roading. You can see there is a headliner in here to keep it nice and quiet as we're going down the trail. And then looking in the front, we do have a full digital gauge cluster as well as a large 12-inch display in the middle. We'll go ahead up there next so that you can see what everything looks like up in the front. Opening the door, we do have passive entry as well as a keypad up here. That way you can put in your code. There's even some window tint on this one. You'll notice power locks on the door, however, no other buttons, just a little pocket down below. There's a lift point for when you're removing the doors, which is super helpful, and a Ford Performance transom, as well as a Raptor Bronco specific floor mats. I am interested to know if they'll fit in any of the other Broncos. You'll notice the beautiful suede and leather red and blue seats. There is some orange stitching up on the dash. We're going to put our foot on the brake, push the start button, starting up the vehicle. And you'll notice our full digital gauge cluster. It's awesome. It's 12 inches. It does everything that you want. You can even configure it. You'll also notice on the steering wheel, we do have the center marker, just like on the full-size Bronco, as well as orange stitching on the steering wheel and dash. Even some carbon fiber trim here on the steering wheel, as well as our exhaust, suspension, drive modes, and steering feel, as well as adaptive cruise and lane keep assist right here on the steering wheel. Even some paddle shifters to help you go through those 10 speeds on the transmission. Big 12-inch display in the middle with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's even got cloud-based nav. You'll notice our disconnecting sway bar, front and rear lockers, as well as our trail turn assist. And up here we have a camera mount with a USB so that you can record your trail adventures while you're out there in the desert or on the trail, or even just riding around like a soccer mom. 360 cam on this one. You can push with a nice quick button, super easy to do. You can even change the mode / angle of the camera depending on what your use case is. One of the things I love about the Bronco is that it's a nice quick button. Another thing I love about the Bronco is that you do have separated volume and tuning knobs, which is super, super helpful. I love that Ford has kept those here. We even have our dual zone climate below for driver and passenger, as well as heated seats and a heated steering wheel on this one. We do have our Ford Performance little badge there, and then, of course, our specific Bronco shifter. Everything in the Bronco is really cool because it's either got an orange, a carbon fiber, an American flag, or the Bronco itself on it, which is really, really dope. Everything about this truck just gets me super excited. You even see that it says Raptor on the top. And when you think about it from a logical point of view, they had to build this vehicle specifically to have all those Bronco Raptor tidbits, which is really cool. I did want to quickly note that it does have the electrical auxiliary plugs up at the top, as well as its own Raptor specific user's manual. So really great vehicle overall as far as the interior feel. Moving outside, I'll turn on the lights so that you can check out the exterior, but overall this exterior on this thing really doesn't even do it justice. When you are in this vehicle, when you drive it around, when you see it out on the road, it is a beast. It is a phenomenal vehicle. It does an amazing job. It drives so good. The motor is so responsive and so powerful, and the suspension is so soft and so supple, being those Fox bypass suspension. It's just a great vehicle overall. If you guys are interested in purchasing it, feel free to go down to the description and check out my contact info. It is down there. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, potentially subscribe to the channel if you really like the content, and then comment down below if you didn't like it and let us know what we may have missed out on, or what you might have wanted to see in this video and maybe didn't see. Like I said though, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and thanks so much for supporting this channel. Have a good one.